Hi everybody, this is Kim, and to use a YouTuber's intro that I admire, and this I'm only using the words, hey everybody. Rachel, I'm sorry, I know I don't know you from, I know you don't know me and whatnot. I love your blogs, and I just love the way you intro. Hi, this is Kim, and I'm here in the garden closet, the grow closet, the Taisley Lena Panettone Memorial Garden, whatever you want it, whatever you're used to calling it, and I am amongst some wonderful, wonderful plants. I have got to tell you, the way that things have been going in here is just amazing. I did not expect quite as much of an impact from the changing out of the soil mixture as I got. And boy, did it make a difference. I got to tell you, you saw that Shirazi tobacco video, pardon me, you saw Shirazi tobacco in that one last video where it just went bananas. I had to prune it. I did. I left a bunch of new growth and I pruned it, and it's still going bananas in here. So there's a lot of good things. What I did, and this is probably going to be the most of a tip or something like that, but what I did was I took the soil that I was using, and if you remember me kind of doing this in that bowl, what I had done was I took soil that I had used and dumped it in that bowl, and I took some of the fresh soil that I had made, and then I took some new batch of composted cow manure and added that in and made it a little richer, added a little more vermiculite so it would drain right. And the results are ridiculous. If you remember a couple of things, like my Thai basil was kind of floundering around, take a look at this. This is the Thai basil. In fact, it got to the point where I had to prune it right here. Now, the cool thing about this is I can bury this just a little bit more, because there are little nubs. I don't know if I can make that seen, but I'm going to try. Wah! Okay, sorry, I almost knocked over the camera. If you can see it, I'm going to re-expose it for that section there, and then I'm going to try and get it to focus. I don't know if it's going to. Come on, re-expose. Well, I guess it's not going to expose. How about I put you right there, and I put you right there, huh? Well, it's a little dark, but right in this spot, but on the other side, there are these little white nubs that I wish I could show you from this angle. It just isn't bright enough. I'll tell you what, I'll move the camera in a little bit later and I will show you what they look like. Anyway, they're these little white nubs that if I bury it up to where this new growth is, getting backwards. Well, I tried to do that all in one take. Right on the base of the Thai basil plant, right here, there are these little nubs that if I go ahead and put just a little bit more soil on top of that, it'll grow some more roots. Now, this thing is flourishing, and I actually had to cut it back a little bit, and I'm going to put the rest of the soil on there, but this thing is developing a pretty decent little woody-ish texture down here, and I love it. And then all of this other growth just shot out. So that's one example. Because I like to give examples of this next plant, you poor tomatillos. I'll talk to you about the tomatillos in a minute. They just need to be staked, and they need to be buried a little deeper, and they love to grab onto other plants, which actually kind of upsets me a little bit. Prax cherry. I love it. And it is doing wonderful. I've actually cut this back. It used to be up like this, but you know, I'm following Ray's adage of, you know, prune and encourage growth, and prune and encourage growth. So this is it's still down to here, but again, it used to be up to here, and some of these things weren't here when I pruned it back. So it's doing good to grow a little bit wider. And it's actually watering day, and so I'm going to be watering these here after we're done. Most of them are ready for it. The tomatillos. Oh, goodness. You poor things. These things are going to have to be staked up, and they're going to have to be... They're not snapped, so the stems are okay, but they're lanky, and they're trying to grow roots out all the way up as here. So I'm going to put these in a deeper container and see if I can get them to grow a little bit better. The other one that I've got on the top shelf, I actually put up a pair of chopsticks so that it would stay up. Now when I put this back here, what I usually do is I lean it against the trellis and turn it so that it can lean on the trellis, so it at least has something to grab onto. As I tell you, those leaves love grabbing onto other plants, just like it just grabbed onto the Thai basil. You back there, go! Alrighty. I knew that was going to happen. Wow. The 6-4 is perking up, and the Big Jim, the Italian basil is doing great, and the, what is that? That's the Sandia Select is doing great too. Anyway, that mixture of soil, I put it in all of my plants, and they just, shot up like a rocket. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring you in for an interesting view, and we'll take a closer look at some of the others, okay? Yes, this is a very interesting view of these plants. See if I can put that there and we'll get some more exposure. The nice thing is I can bring it down, but look at how cool it looks looking through all of that green. This is what my cat sees. And I remember I told you the other tomatillo I had to put chopsticks on. Well, that's this one here, and I'm going to pull this down just a little bit. Look at the ungodly stalk on this thing. This thing is huge. This is probably the one I'm going to keep. It actually grew so, and I don't know if you can see it here, but you see those brown spots in the leaves? Let's see, can I get that in? I'm kind of bouncing things around here. Okay, so you can see on this leaf, for example, there is a brown spot. Let me turn that. Cooperate, please. I just want to show. Okay, there's that spot. It hit the light, but you know what? It grew that quickly. But if you look at it, the stalk is just so incredibly thick that this one is the one that's going to go in a taller pot. Those other ones I'm going to see what I can do with, but this is the prize, as it were. And so that's going to go in there. Another fun thing, I mean, it's really amazing. If you remember from the last time I showed you any of this stuff, my San Marzano tomatoes were not doing all that great. Since I've increased the soil balance, now we've got, if it'll even fit in frame, this giant San Marzano tomato plant. It's wonderful. And even its sisters are doing good. These are the other two, and look at the difference. It's amazing. And I have actually not pruned this back. These are both grown, so I can prune these back at this point, which makes me happy because I can actually make them a lot more stable. In addition, the new Serrano is doing the same thing. All of these are doing this wonderful stuff with the new soil mixture. I'm just amazed. When I make my new soil, FYI guys, we're going to be moving house. I do not know if there will be a video next week. I'm going to try to make one, but we're going to be moving house here soon. So if the video schedule gets interrupted, I'm sorry. But I'm probably not going to make new soil, like new soil, until we actually move. But I will be refreshing some more of my other soil. Back here, is that showing? Back here, again, is that crookneck squash, and it's put out a lot of male flowers, but it's dropping them because it's just not really ready for anything. But you know, I'm really proud of it. Again, that soil mix that I put together is doing a really good job. Okay, let go. These guys, where is these guys? These guys are the Mexican oregano, which is something completely different, and it's not really oregano per se. It's a Mexican thing that is close to oregano that the Spanish found when they got to Mexico back in the day, and it's doing really good too. So things that I just never knew I would actually get to grow successfully are suddenly doing wonderful. And even the Campari that's back there is shooting up. So I gotta say, I'm really pleased, and just wow. So let me bring you back out, and we'll kind of wrap up. The camera stopped. Anyway, that's what's going on, and I wanted to thank you guys for watching, and I hope to have more for you. If I can film more before the whole move thing happens and I can get them queued up, you might get some advanced videos coming up, just so that I can keep the schedule going with the move and whatever else happens. But until then, this is Kim, and that back there's the garden. Thanks for watching. Bye.